Hey, what's going on? What's going on? It's your boy. My name is Corey Beelan, the First Date King, and welcome to the subscribers and new people to this real talk time. Real talk with no chaser. All right, so I did an interview a couple days ago with the reality chat with Christal, because some of you guys already know that I was in Ready to Love.
And without further ado, you all please help me welcome the one and only Corey from Ready to Love. DC, Corey.
We were talking about some of those, what happened on the show and some other things. And she asked me about the $10 date, right? And I know some of you guys are thinking, oh, a $10 date? Oh my God, he's super cheap. He's super cheap. That's right. I'm glad they got rid of him. He's super cheap and he a walking red flag. If you don't remember anything else that I say, all your first dates should never cost more than $8.95, including tax.
Yes!
The date should not be over $8.95. I'm gonna let you make that make sense.
No. There's a reason and there's a method to the madness of the $10 date, which I explained in a lot more depth on her show, which you guys can easily go check out. The reality chat, you can check it out on YouTube. And also I'll put a little link in below as well. Just to give you a quick reason why I do the $10 date, it's not to be cheap. The whole purpose of the $10 first date is it makes the guy or the inviter to actually be purposeful and meaningful when planning out the first date, because you only have $10 to actually spend versus just taking somebody to a restaurant. How many times have you actually gone out on a date to a restaurant? Plenty of times, or meeting for drinks. There's no planning to it. There's nothing special. There's nothing separating you from anyone that she's ever gone out on a date with. So that's the whole purpose. That's the whole purpose of having a cap on that $10 first date, is because I'm competing for you. He's competing for you, or the actor is competing against whoever the other person is interested in. So let's go right into, how do I actually spend the $10? It's very simple. Here's how I spend the $10. The first thing is that I have to figure out what is it that I can do as far as a activity, because I can't go to a restaurant, I can't meet for drinks, I can't go to a movie because it completely blows out my budget. So the first place I recommend everybody to do is start looking at your Groupons and your social savings and your meetups, local newspaper. Start looking at what's really going on in your part of town or your area, your city, or your state. Figure out what these things are available to you, and you'll be very, very surprised of some of the fun and out-of-the-box things that you will actually have a chance to do. And then a lot of times, because men have set the bar so low for dates, or especially the first date, trust me, the opportunities that will present themselves to you will be amazing. So in this particular thing, I'm just looking around on Google and Eventbrite and all these other things, and what I found was that there was a sunflower patch, right? There's a sunflower farm, not patch, but sunflower farm. And they were just letting everybody know, hey, it's our last day of the season. Come to our sunflower field. Normally they charge $10 per person, but it's because it's their absolute last day. They want to get as many people out there as possible. So therefore, now I'm not spending any money to actually do the activity. And as far as the activity goes, it covers all of the points that I want you guys to make on your first dates, is make sure that it's a public space, make sure that it's COVID safe. So it covers my 2 points of an actual activity to do, because I always think having actual activities is great. Now, so that's it. So now that I got the location covered, the next thing is that I got to make sure what it is there to do at the farm. And there's a free walk around maze that you can walk through the little sunflower maze. That was free. Now, just for me, I'm going to look around, what do I have in my house that I can actually probably take or use in a date? 3 or 4 years ago, I went to this wine festival here. And basically what I pretty much did was I bought 50 bottles of wine like 3 or 4 years ago. Now, their bottle of wines is like about $10 anyway, but I really love their wines. And at the festival, it was already giving 30% off. So these bottles are now dropping down to like $7. And then I had a conversation and I worked my way, I finagled my way into saying, hey, I'm buying 50 bottles right now. Give me a bigger discount. So pretty much the bottles came out to probably about $4 a bottle, right? But the beauty of it is that I spent this money years ago. So I have all these bottles of wine just laying around my house. So I'm not really, technically, I'm not spending any extra money on this date. So now we got something to actually drink. And I'll have a variety of maybe 1 or 2 bottles, just in case, to see what she likes. Now, as far as food, instead of taking her out to a fancy restaurant, this really blows my budget, I'll go right to the local supermarket. But here's the kicker. Before you grab anything in the supermarket, grab the penny saver, grab the coupon list, see what's on sale in the food store. See what's on sale. It's going to give you more bang for your buck, as far as fruit, as far as little food. So now I'm at my max for $10. Right at my max. I got drinks, I got food, I got an activity. But people, I'm not done yet. This is where the planning comes in. Planning on a date is so huge. It's so huge. Now I'm about to bring it in. This is where you bring it all in. So it's not just the date itself. You have to have the back part to it as well, which is the setup. And so little simple things like getting a blanket for my parents. This blanket is about 40 years old. And this little quote's 40 years old. I'm going to do a picnic in the middle of the sunflower farm. Off to the side, nice little picnic area that I'm gonna pre-set up before she gets there. And remember, it's all about the setup. And so now I went ahead and I contacted my parents and I asked my parents, because I know it's there. So I asked my parents, hey, do you guys still have that picnic basket that's sitting in the attic of your garage? And they're like, yeah, it's still sitting there. It's a little ragged, a little dusty, but I went and got a nice picnic basket for my parents. Didn't spend any extra dough. I'm grabbing useful things around the house, which will actually help set up the scene. Now, how do I pull all the rest of it in? I've already got napkins that's laying around. My parents actually had some leftover plates from a little cookout they did. So I have all these extra utensils ready to go to help set the tone of this actual date. Then at the same time, I'm going to come with a radio, a little small radio, so I can help set the mood. This is how I pull off the $10 date. But here is the caveat. So I have all this stuff set up before she gets there, because I'm asking a young lady to actually meet you there versus you picking her up, because you want to get there early. So after we go and we do our little talk and we walk around the maze, by then she's feeling a little thirsty. She's a little hungry, something around there. As I'm walking her around the sunflower field a little bit more, we'll walk up to this corner. I'll have everything out and set for her. And then I promise you, she'll be amazed. First, she won't see this coming. She's like, oh my God, it's a little picnic in the middle of a sunflower field. Oh, this is so sweet. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so happy. What just happened is that I just created value with this woman. Once I create value with someone, usually when someone recognizes the value, they'll tend to put a little more energy into it. They'll try to protect a little more. They'll try to keep it prestige. So this will help you establish value for $10. And now you guys are able to talk. And then this should increase your chances of getting to the second date, because she's never seen anything like this. And you pretty much did it for $10. So Christal, I hope this gives you a little light or a little bit of insight of how exactly I do a $10 date and why I do the $10 date. So now, let's put the money where the mouth is. Now, I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you guys out here to a $10 challenge, $10 date challenge. And the $10 date challenge is this. I want you to plan a date. Keep your receipts. Can't exceed $20. Keep your receipts. On your date at some point in time, just take a selfie of your date, showing parts of what you did. Go to your social media page, your Twitter, your Facebook, your Instagram, whatever. Just post that. Make sure you tag me at First Date King on Instagram, at First Date King on Twitter, and also at First Date King on Facebook. Just tag me or put in hashtag $10 challenge. And what I'll do is I'll give you guys 60 days to pull this off. No, let's go 30. 'Cause I want you to really take action. We'll give you 30 days. The person who pulls off the best $10 date, no matter where you at, if you pull this off, what I'll do is I will tell me what your favorite restaurant is. I'll call up that restaurant and I'll pay for your dinner for $200. We'll give you a $200 window. You can go to whatever restaurant in your hometown. I'll prepay for it up to $200. And you guys can have a nice time on your boy, the First Date King, because like I said, I want you guys to excel. I want you guys to have a great first date because in my opinion, the most important date is your first date, because if you can't get past that, second, third, fourth, sixth, 100 date doesn't really work for you. It won't never happen for you. And plus, I want you guys to set the tone as far as that you're always doing personable or fun activities on your date. So let's set that tone. And in my book, like I said, you're only as good as your first and last date. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the hate button, or do whatever you like to do. Let's get the conversation going. Let's get this date game up. Let's help you guys find love or get better making connection. That's my time. My name is Corey, and I'm your First Date King.